Welcome guys to another amazing video. I know it has been a very long time. I have equally missed you guys so much, and I know you guys have been like waiting pending when will I be dropping a new video. So here you go guys, I am back again. Okay, so happy Christmas, happy New Year to everyone. I hope you all had an amazing blast, full of enjoyment during the Christmas, and as well you guys are all starting your year at a very right way. Okay, so in today's video I will just have to walk you guys through my journey in December, like what I went through trading in the month of December. That was last year, right? Okay, so I just want to share my experience with you guys, because since ever I joined this world of trading, I have always been hearing like, okay, December it's this, even during the feast period it's like, okay, the market is slow and there is no trading opportunity and all. So in today's video, okay, we're gonna be sharing with you guys my experience, what I traded, how I traded, all my full thought process during the month of December, and what was the outcome of that trading month. Okay, so without any ado, so we just dive directly into the video. So during the month of December, okay, I traded three pairs. That was Aussie USD, NZD USD, and GBP USD dollar. Okay, so we'll start with today's pair, which is the Aussie USD. So just go through my full thought process, okay, like from step by step, what I was actually looking in the markets and how and why I actually took those trades. Okay, and as well, just stay tuned till the end. I will actually disclose to you what was the outcome after trading in the month of December. Okay, and that was the period of like almost, I started trading, that was in the month of December. That was in December 19. Yeah, so I traded 19, 22nd and 27. So 4 trades I took in 4 days. So yeah, so we're gonna go into the trades right away. So first things first, guys, remember, if you have been following me for a while now, you always know I always like starting up, trying to mark up my structure, trying to figure out where exactly am I actually heading into in the market, right? So as you all know as well, anything above the daily, like from the daily and above, that is where I always like to see my direction, right? So as you can all see as well, so this is where the market was during the month of December. I will just play a little bit to back replay. That was somewhere around here. Where is December? I'll just cut from here, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, nice. So this is what the market structure was actually looking at that point in time. Okay, so as you can all see, starting from the daily, or let's go with the weekly, right? As you can all see, the market was very bearish from this point in time right here. After the second break right here, we had this second break right here, which means the market was full bearish. Okay, we had some sort of distribution that happened right here. We had the first break and second break. So after this break happening, we had that full nice confirm, which means it wants to go lower, right? So we had those breaks, multiple breaks to the lower side. We actually catch a lot of good nice sales during the year of 2023. So we had very nice sales right there. So it continued the break right up to somewhere around here. Okay, it was somewhere around here. So if I could go back to the daily, okay, if I could go back to the daily, 1 second, I'll just get rid of this. So as I move back into the daily, right, okay, what I realized was that as the market was breaking lower, right, so here I actually had a double much more confirm right here. Okay, it was a very nice break right here, which confirmed more lower side. Okay, so which means that the weekly and the daily are already aligned for a lower side movement. Okay, so when I drop into the daily time frame, what could I see? I still saw those breaks, and as well as if you can see right there, I had some nice sales towards the downside right there. I had some nice sales in here, I had nice sales in here, I had nice sales in here, which I also shared in my Telegram channel with my mentees right there. Okay, every most of my trades actually I share in my Telegram channel. So if you actually want to know more of how I trade or actually experience my trading ideas, you can actually join my Telegram channel in the link below. Okay, so what I realized with the daily was that what we had a break right here. Okay, there was a break that happened right there. Still the market was bearish. We had a break right here. The market was bearish, right? Based off the supply, the market was bearish. But what I realized was that what there was a nice displacement that happened right here. Okay, so there was a very first break that happened right here. Okay, and we had a second break right here. This is something which I go in depth with my mentees in my trading community. Okay, moving from one direction to the other, okay, based on a higher time frame, be it daily and above. Okay, there must be some sort of displacement happening right here before you can actually move the price to the higher side. Okay, for me, displacement is nothing else but double breaks into a certain direction. Okay, I always talk about this a lot. When I see this happening in the market, oh my god, I always just like feel, okay, right, I am now in control of that wheel. Okay, so I can actually see much more clearer into which direction the market is going into. Okay, so that is what I could actually anticipate during that time. Okay, so we had that first break right here, break one, break two. Okay, which means that what instead of it moving bearish, now we are now move into the other opposite direction, which is the bullish side. Okay, so that second break happened right there, which was very, very nice for us. So which actually made things very, very clear. It means, okay, we are now on the bullish side. Okay, so if we could actually drop lower, let's say we move to the 4 hour, what could we see right there? Okay, we saw nice breaks. Remember, the trades which I took were somewhere around here. Okay, I am just walking you through my thought process, or just like doing some sort of recaps for you guys to actually see as well how I do trade. Okay, so do not worry, what happened in December, it's actually upcoming, so stay tuned. I will actually share with you my experience, what I went through in December while trading. Okay, so we had these breaks right there. Okay, which means that what, as you all know, you guys might be saying, okay, I am waiting for some sort of supply in right here, which it never came into it, right? It never came into it. You might be saying there is some imbalance right here, there may be some imbalance right there, and you can clearly see price never came into it and it actually moved. Okay, so when I actually started trading, I was much more focused of price, with price coming into zones before moving. But as I actually got better with trading, okay, I realized that the market move in a momentum. Okay, it makes no sense for the market to actually come back into a certain zone before moving. It moved with the momentum. Okay, as you can clearly see, it never came back into it, and it actually moved, and I actually had a very nice trading right there. Okay, that is for another explanation. I will explain this maybe sometime, maybe, I don't know, but the main focus is for me to explain what happened in December right there. Okay, so just to showcase to you guys, those zones are not meant for it to hold. Okay, so I had some nice buys, right, taking the market right to the top. Okay, if you move to the 1 hour, so remember guys, I started trading on the 19th. Okay, so as you can see, this is still the 7th, right? So let's just fast forward price. Okay, remember, even before fast forwarding, what you should take into mind is that what market structure, okay, has already been checked. Okay, which means we have already gotten our direction, right? So what we're actually expecting is to find some sort of certain momentum move and work with it based on your entry criteria. Okay, so if I can fast forward the chart, let me see what happened. I'm just waiting for the 19th so I can explain for you guys. Okay, we are still day 12. Okay, let me fast forward more. Okay, perfect. So this is 14. Okay, So remember, as you can clearly see, we still have those breaks towards the upper side, which means yes, we want to move towards the higher side, right? Okay. You might as well see some traders saying that what they're saying, okay, we have gotten a break towards the downside, we gotten a second break towards the downside, and they want to sell from here. See, when I talk about double breaks, yes, they happen all over. These things happen all over the place, okay? But when you actually master them properly by using them on much more higher time frames, then you get to get much more better by understanding what I mean by displacement and actually placing yourself on the right hand side. All these breaks that were happening right here, they were much more confirmations that the market wanted to move higher. Okay, this was some sort of accumulation or reaccumulation happening in here, placing the right side of the market towards the upper side. Okay, so avoid such stuffs. Okay, so we are still on the 14. Let me play the chat mode one more time. Okay, as you can clearly see, guys, this is where I actually took the trade. Okay, so let me drop onto the lower time frames. I will clear this a little backward more. Let me get this backward. Okay, perfect. I'll drop onto the 1 hour. There we go on the 1 hour. Okay, so let's say 30 minutes. Yeah, perfect. Right, so when I talk about momentum move, guys, so see, as you could clearly see, okay, we had this move from here to here. It had some sort of demand right here. It moved and price came back into it. Yes, okay, and moved nicely. So yes, someone might say blue setups, you said actually zones do not hold and all. See, when I talk about zones not holding, it means that what you shouldn't rely on these zones 100%. Okay, yes, as you can see right here, it held right here very nicely, but it will not happen most often. The price would have just moved from here, right, from this point right to the top side without ever coming down here. Okay, so bear in mind with that. So this is my main focus, right? So this is the 19. Okay, so I woke up in the morning, okay, and I saw this price action right there. So I actually have developed a very much more simplified way of trading as well. Okay, let's say if price is moving upward, okay, giving us those breaks towards the upper side, right? So which means that what, as a blue setup or as a regular demand and supply trader, it means you have actually figured out that this is your demand zone and you're waiting for price to come into it, right? But what I've realized as my eyes got much more mature in trading is that the price will always do something like this. It will come, okay, it might touch, it might not touch, okay, and then give us some certain move like this and it move, right? And your entry will be at somewhere right here. So it will be like some sort of this, okay, higher move, it comes lower. On the lower time frame, what you'll see something like this. It goes sideways and then it move, and here will be your entry right here. Okay, so it'll be of something like this. Here will be your entry right here. So here will be like some sort of reaccumulation for you to get into, no, some sort of accumulation for you to get into some sort of reaccumulation based on Wyckoff. Okay, so Wyckoff is not I don't talk about Wyckoff much more A, B, C, D as it is on its website. If you actually figure out, just Google Wyckoff, you get to know more about what I talk about. So I actually trade Wyckoff in a very different way. Okay, so this is where I'm much more interested, right? So because this might not happen, but this might happen like this. It might come and it might not tap into this zone. It might just come into it, it creates this, and then it move. Same thing right here, right? So it had gotten this demand right here, and if you were waiting for another chain of demand right here, but the price came, okay, it came lower, and then we're waiting for some sort of sideways movement for it to go higher. So this is something which most of my mentees haven't seen yet. We shall be talking much more about such trading style in upcoming videos. Okay, so you guys are actually blessed by actually getting this knowledge up first-handed. Okay, So let's move the price much more. Let's see what happened. So I had, so when such moves happen, right, so I always have my buy stop or sell stop right there. Okay, so I was waiting for price to clear this high, and then I will get the entry right there when the price has cleared this high, and my stop loss will be at the low of the most recent candle that triggered me in, or at the low of the price action that was created, right? Let's say price created some sort of sideways movement, I might cover my stop loss with the full low, or I just cover with the last candle that triggered me in. Okay, so let's play price and see what happened. That was the first trade for me in December 19. Okay, let's see what happened. Boom. Okay, so I had my stop loss just below this candle right there. If you can clearly see, guys, there was one candle right there, indecisive candle right there. I had my stop loss below it after being triggered. So that was how I got into the first trade. Okay, and it was into those blues, as you guys will always want to see. Okay, and of course I managed to trade. I took my exit somewhere, I think somewhere, I will show you guys the screenshots. Okay, you don't bother. So I got out of the trade somewhere, I can't really remember, but the screenshots will be somewhere around here for you guys to see. Okay, so I got out somewhere around here, I believe so, somewhere around here. That was my exit. Okay, so that was the first trade which I took in December 19. Okay, that was for Aussie dollar USD. Okay, and the second trade was for NZD USD, same day on the 19th as well. So I will just walk you through my thought process as well. Aussie dollar, okay, and NZD USD, they are like twins. They always react like up to 90% in the same manner. Okay, so I won't just go through, I want to go through the full process which I went through with the Aussie dollar. As you can clearly see, we had breaks. Okay, we had breaks towards the lower side until right there, which we had that displacement. Okay, this right here was that displacement. Okay, which means the market wanted to move higher. As you can clearly see, it moved highly after that displacement, which was the second break towards the upper side. If you haven't watched my video about I think I have made a video regarding this market structure. If you can scroll back and watch this video, you understand much more better how I talk about trying to identify how the market moves from one direction to the other direction. Okay, so this is daily. So if we drop lower, before that I will have to cut off the price action from here. Okay, I'll just cut it off from here. So on our 4-hour, we could clearly see the market was breaking towards the higher side. Okay, without any doubts, we could clearly see the market is bullish, right? The market is bullish. So what does that mean again, guys? Again. Okay, see, we had this break right here. Okay, which means that what we had a certain demand zone in here, right? We had a certain demand zone in here, or a certain demand zone in here, as you guys could clearly see, which most of you will be waiting for price to come in here before it actually move. Okay, see, this is a live example, right? Market will never and never do this. It happens, yes, but this shouldn't be your main focus. I will always say this on repeat. The market move with the momentum. Okay, it has no reason to move, come back into a certain zone or area before moving. Okay, and as well, if you guys have as well actually realized, for the past videos, which most of my videos, you won't find me marking up demand zones and supply zones or whatsoever zones. I always want to trade with the momentum move, right? So once price is moving towards the higher side, okay, I always want to trade with the momentum move. Okay, something like that. Okay, so try to readjust the way you think on the chart. So this is the 19, right? So let's jump onto the 1 hour. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, right? again, that type of movement, which means that we want to see something like this: a higher move, a high, a low. Okay, this was a break, right? Which means this is your supply, your demand, sorry, which means I'm actually expecting for price to tap into it. Okay, give us a high, sideways movement, and move. Oh, I want to see something happening like this, not tapping into it, but coming like this, it moves higher, sideways movement, and then a high. And right there will be your entry, right there will be your entry. I call this entry type the run entry. Okay, it's a run entry model. I think I should actually make a much more in-depth video talking only about this. Okay, anyways, you guys are actually getting some knowledge out of that entry model, which I have to talk about it much more better in my community. So the link is down there on the descriptions. If you are enjoying my content and you want to join, you can just join through the link below. Okay, so 30 minutes. Okay, that was my entry. I always like entering on lower, much more lower time frames. So I'll play the price and see what happened. Okay, so see, this would have been as well an entry model right there, which I probably had missed. Okay, I had probably missed this entry model right there. So we had this higher movement, we had this sideways movement, and here right there would have been an entry, a very nice entry, and then with this low being a low and targeting the high, right? So let's see what I was actually looking at in the market. Okay, perfect. Before that, let me take the market backward. Okay, very nice. Okay, so if again we want to reason again about the way I trade the demand and supply zones, okay, if you want to reason again with me, so you might find this video a little bit complex and complicated for you guys to understand, but just watch 1, 2, 3 times, you might grab some knowledge of it. You can probably say this was a chain of the chain of demand right there. Okay, we had this break, market came back into this demand and move, right? We had this, we can as well see this was a demand right there, market broke it, it came back into it, and then it was moving, right? So as the market was actually moving, you would have actually figured out as a blue setup about this, it moved, it tapped into that demand zone right there. Okay, and then what we were actually expecting to see in the market was a sharp movement towards the upper side, a sideways movement for us to place our buy stop and then take the market higher. Okay, so we had that sharp movement right there, and then we had the sideways movement right here. Okay, this was all our sideways movement, and then we're actually expecting for us to get in with that buy stop right there. Okay, let's see what happened. Let's play the chart and see what happened. Perfect, nicely. Okay, you might be seeing some screenshots of the trades which I took. Okay, I will just be placing those screenshots. So as you can clearly see, the market was just moving in our favor, and of course I was managing the trade, and I think I got out somewhere around here. I'm not sure, I got out somewhere right there. I didn't hit TP, I am not quite sure. It got me out somewhere around there. So in either ways, I was already in profit both on NZD and on Aussie dollar on the 19, on those both 2 days, right? So I hope you guys understood what I have talked so far. So the last pair which I traded in December was GBP USD. That was on which day? That was on the where is it? Yeah, that was on the 22nd and 27th, right? So let's quickly move on to the 22nd. On the 22nd, right? Clear this. Okay, so again, same scenario, right? We want to move from higher time frame into lower time frames to actually try to figure out where, in which direction we are actually moving into. Okay, that is the very first main objective. As you all can clearly see, guys, again, the market was right there. We had those see, it was moving from this high, right? From this high, same blah 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 story. From this high, we had the break. Market was bearish, but onto this moment right here, we had this double break causing that displacement to happen, right? So from bearish to bullish. Okay, so all these zones in here should not be your focus. All this zone in here should not be your focus. There is a very nice video which I had actually talk about this zone. All these things right there are liquidity which will always come and take you out. You shouldn't be waiting for supply zones in here. Okay, just work with the flow. Wait for the displacement to happen as it happened right here, and then you want to work with the price into that direction in which it's moving into. Okay, it seems like driving, right? So you're moving into maybe you're moving right and you're turning left, whatever. The car will always flow in that manner, right? So we had the displacement happening right there. Okay, we had nice demand zones which the market tapped into, the mitigation and chain or whatever. So we had those breaks, continual breaks towards the higher side. Okay, which means the market is actually bullish. Okay, now there is what I always say, point of like invalid point, right? So, or maybe some sort of displacement. Okay, once I am moving into a certain direction, when I'm moving into a certain direction, right, I will always want to have some sort of guide to like gauge where or when that direction will come to an end. Okay, for example, we had that break right here, which means anything from here above is in a bullish direction, right? Nicely in here, you would have wanted to go higher, which is very perfect. If you were taking any buys in here, it means you were following your rules and whatever, anything which you did in there was very perfect. But I will always keep in mind that there is some sort of invalidity or some sort of point where the market will as well want to turn towards the opposite side again, which will be those displacement which you want to see in the market, right? So we had that first displacement happening right here, the first break, and the second break happened right there. Okay, which means on the daily the market turned from being bullish to being bearish right there. So anything which you had done in here should be into the bearish side. Okay, as you can clearly see again, okay, as you could clearly see, after it being bearish from here, from this second break right here, from this whole zone was it being bearish, okay, till a certain area right here, which we had the first break and the second break. Again, it moved from it being bearish now to it being bullish. Watch and see very clearly, guys. This displacement concept is a very strong and powerful tool which will always guide you into which direction the market has to move. Okay, we had those double breaks, so I was left with nothing but to as well look for buys into this area, right? So let's just drum into it. So let me search where was this 22nd. I'll just cut the price from here. 22nd, I'll cut the price here. Okay, and I will drop lower into the 4-hour. Okay, again, same scenario. It might be irritating, but same scenario, guys. Okay, look at this very clearly. We had this break right here. Okay, 100 or even 90% of most of the demand and supply traders will be expecting for price to come into this demand zone before the market will actually move. Again, guys, the market will always not do this, but it will move with the momentum, right? So look at where I was looking for buys. Okay, so do not always say the market move without me, but go back into the market and see what is actually happening. Okay, so remember, this is a perfect picture of what I explained earlier, right? So we have that high. Okay, we have another high, which means first break. Okay, or maybe number how many break, or maybe the break is maybe the third or fourth break so far. So we have this demand zone, which means that we're actually expecting price to come into this demand zone and move. But most often you will see that what the market will do this, it will come and it will not touch it. It will start moving higher. It will give us a sideways movement and it move into that high, leaving us but to go into a run entry with our buy stop right there with our stop loss right here, or at below the last candle that got us into that trade, right? So that is the same concept which I will apply with these two trades right there. So if I can go on to much more lower time frames, let's say 1 hour. Okay, so in such scenarios, guys, generally what I always do is that what, okay, let's say I figure out and I said, okay, this was my demand zone right here. I was waiting for price to come in here. Guys, look at this huge imbalance. Okay, look at this huge imbalance. Okay, see, my mentees will actually understand this concept of not waiting for imbalance to happen. All this block right here, it's a BB block, right? It's a BB block. I will just pull it out. So from this here to here, it's a BB block which got broken past it right here, and the block came back and had already mitigated, which means again that what, the price after mitigating this block, okay, could even start a move towards the higher side from here itself. After the mitigation, it had no reason to even come back into a deeper move before moving. Okay, so that's a video for another day. So the main focus is for what happened to me in December. Okay, so the first trade which I took on GBP/USD was on this day. So I will just fast forward the chart. Again, in this case, I will always have something like this. As the market is breaking lower into that demand zone, okay, as it gives me highs, I will have my my alert right there, which means I want to see a break of that high, okay, before I can actually place a trade, maybe somewhere right here at this break. Okay, so that alert will, this alert which I will have here will like, okay, alert me, okay, wow, the market has started replacing himself into that original upward movement, right? So any break which you will find in here are just some sort of redistribution for it to place back itself into a higher movement. Okay, so let's watch and see what happened into the market. Let's watch and see. Okay, perfect. So we had a break from here to here, and my alert got triggered right there. I had an alert triggered right there. So if you move more higher, okay, let me drop onto lower time frames. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay, nicely. So see, guys, again, same scenario, right? Same scenario. See, we have our demand zone, which was still pending right here. Okay, we have our demand zone which was still pending right there. This one, okay, same like this color right here is the demand zone. So the price, what is happening right here is that what it had that break, initial break. It didn't even come back into that demand zone, but it started giving us that sharp move and gave us that sideways movement, which we always want to wait for that run entry into those highs, right? So same thing is happening right here. So what I actually was expecting for price to do is to clear this high with a buy stop, okay, to clear this high with a buy stop and place your stop loss above that full low, okay, or no, sorry, and place your stop loss below that full low or just below the candle that will trigger you in. Okay, so now let's see what happened in the markets. Okay, very nicely I got triggered in, okay, and my stop loss was just below this blue candle right there. Okay, I will play more and see what happened. So I was already in the market, and for some reason I don't know what was wrong with my broker. I don't know how it was working. The pitch was something, I don't know what happened, but I got stopped out somewhere around here. No, I think I managed the trade. I can remember now. Okay, let's go to the 15. Yes, let's go to the 15 minutes. I managed the trade actually. See, I got stopped out at actually break even. I saw this huge momentum move, okay, and I think I was busy. I can't quite remember what I was doing at that time. I can't really, honestly, I can't remember, but I saw this huge move, okay, and then suddenly I just had to place my stop loss just at my entry level, and price came back and it just took me out before going towards that higher side. So this was actually a break-even trade for me. So I actually shared screenshots. You might be seeing it presently of what happened. So I got took out just at break-even on this trade. Okay, that was what happened to me on the 22nd of December. So the next trade was on the 27th, I believe. Yes, on the 27th, right? So yes, perfect. 27th. So before doing that, I will just go back to high time frame and fast forward the price. Okay, nice. So this was my target right here. I wanted price to come and clear this high, right? So we had the initial our initial trade right here, which took me out at break even. So I will play again chart and see what happened on the 27th. No, it's stuck. 1 second, I'll pull back. Come on, I have to pull back the charts. Okay, I pull back the chart. So I will go now onto my lower time frames. Those are my entry time frames. Anything from 5 and above, 5 to 30, those are my entry time frames, which I love getting involved into the markets with. Okay, so nicely what happened was we had this first break. Okay, we had the second break. These are all on lower time frames. Okay, this is what I would call some sort of blue zone. See, anyways, I won't go into other concepts. We'll explain more as my YouTube channel grows much more further. Much of concepts will be explained with you guys. Okay, so I had this break, okay, leaving behind it a demand zone which was tapped nicely. Okay, I had this break again. We had a demand zone which was tapped nicely. Okay, and again, once a demand zone is being tapped, okay, the high which is being put in place is the target. Okay, so even if price still come back into that demand zone, it is still a very, very valid zone for you to trade off into. Okay, what do I mean? I mean that what, once we have gotten a certain demand zone in place, okay, once we have gotten a certain demand zone in place, okay, and the price start coming lower, okay, this will be our overall targets, right? So if price comes and taps into this demand zone and moves, it comes and taps again into that same demand zone, it means you are still very, very okay to take a trade into that demand zone, because still our target up right here hasn't been taken out. Okay, so as you can clearly see, we had the first tap, second tap, and third tap in that demand zone. All these taps are still very valid in this zone right there. Okay, this is something which I actually explain much more further with my mentees. Okay, so again on that lower time frame, on this lower time frame, right? Okay, what we can see is that what we can again see a demand zone which has been put in place right here, right? And we have if I go lower, see guys, do not get it confused. If the higher time frame from the daily to like 4 and 1 hour at least is still in a certain same direction, which in this same scenario is bullish, anything which we are doing on the 15 or till the 5 minutes should still be in that same direction, which is in bullish. Yes, you can still take sales, okay, based on lower time frames, but that will not place you on the upper hand of the market, right? You can do that once you are profitable. You can still go against the trend once you're profitable. But if you're not profitable yet, always go with the flow. Always go with the momentum move. Okay. See, this is a very powerful concept which I'm about to re-explain to you guys, right? See, this is a demand zone right here, right? Let me use this. This is a demand zone right here. Okay. Again, it gave us another demand zone in right here. Okay, based off these breaks from here. Okay, this break happened, we had that sharp move. Okay, and as a blue setup, I always want to trade with that momentum, right? I will not want to wait for price to come into that demand zone before I could go into my direction, because most often what I've realized is most zones do not hold, right? So what I'm expecting in this market, I was actually expecting in this market was some sort of sideways movement for me to go into that market with a buy stop. Okay, so what I was doing was, let's play the chart, let's see what happened. So I was actually involved based off this sideways movement right here. So the break of this sideways movement triggered me in. Okay, let's see what happened. The market came back into my stops area. Still I was still not stopped out. So let's continue and see what happened. Okay, it went back into profit. Okay, at that point in time I had already placed my stops somewhere a little bit much more higher. Okay, somewhere around here I had my stops somewhere right there as well already. Okay, my stops were somewhere around here. Still I wasn't tapped out yet. Okay, the market continued moving. At this point in time, my price was already somewhere around here. Okay, I was already at break even somewhere around here. Okay, let's see what happened. The market kept on moving around my stop. Okay, again, this is even already placing in place a very nice entry model again. Okay, based off what I've explained right here, what is happening right here, it's again a very nice entry for you guys to, if you could actually get involved. See, we have break one. You can argue this is break one, you can argue this is break two right there. Okay, this would have been an entry right here based off this full accumulated area right here. Okay, this would have been a very nice entry right there with your stop loss right below here. Still, it would have been a loss for you right there. Okay, so based on the trade which I took, this thing is getting stuck. Come on, what's happening? Based on the trade which I took, right? Okay, I had my stop loss somewhere around here. I can't quite remember. I think I went out of the trade somewhere here, or I don't know. I will show you guys the screenshots. I went out somewhere around here. So the market actually finally took me out right there, right here. Okay, so that was what actually happened to me in December, right? So, and as you can clearly see, the market came back into a full entry area before moving. Even that was not even meant. The demand zone was not even met. Okay, and price actually went straight into our targets. The first target, which was this, got cleared. Okay, and the second target again right there was cleared. Even this was an entry model right there. Okay, the sharp move, sideways movement, entry right here. This would have been a very risky and late entry, right there. Okay, so in overall I actually made 2,700 USD trading off in December. That was the result of my last month trading. Okay, so we are actually gradually moving towards the end of this video. Okay, so if you actually understood something, or if you want me to explain much more or throw more light of this onto this entry model, please go on to the comment section and let me know about this. Okay, so if you have anything in mind, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Okay, and as well, if you enjoy my content, I have gotten a Telegram channel which you can join, and as well I have gotten a monthly subscription for my VIP channels, for my VIP mentees. You can join us as low as 49 USD monthly. You can give it a try just for a month. If you dislike the way I trade, okay, you can unsubscribe. Okay, so yeah, 49 USD I think is very something very much affordable. So you can give it a try even if it's a month. And if you don't like to continue, then you can you can get rid of this material, and that's it. Okay, so if you like this channel, and if you want to see more on more content on trading on this channel, so just like, comment, and that's it. Okay, so till then, see you guys on to the next. Bye bye. Enjoy your January and happy trading. Bye bye.